class got extended for a couple of minutes. Okay. So give me 5-10 minutes. I'll just come back. I'll take a break and I'll come back within 10 minutes. So in the previous session, we talked about the loops. I'm not sure what is the IP address. Let's check that. Okay. 9. So 192.168.0. Let's go with the DevOps. Okay. Do that. And let's do that. Bash. Okay. Okay, so today we are going to touch the new topic in the shell scripting. Okay. Now, before I start, any questions from the previous session? Any doubt or anything that you want to bring it up? Any idea is not clear about that? So if that is not the case, let's go and start with the today's new topic. And we'll go with the topic with the shell and the functions. Okay, so what is a function? Or what are the functions? Or what is the functions? Okay, now functions are small subset of program which you may want to repeat. Okay, so it is a small subset of program which you may want to repeat. Now, what is the function structure? So function structure is the function name, and then the round brackets, and then you can go with the curly brackets, and this is the body of function. Okay, so let's take an example. So how to define a function in a file? So number one, you do not have to put your first line as dollar bin bash, not dollar, but exclamation mark and bin bash. Second thing, no need to give execute permission to the file. So these two things you should not do when you are defining a function. So let's go and create a functions. Let's create a function. What will you? You'll say vi my functions file name, and the first line is good morning, and you will go with that. You will put the braces here, and it will go with that. So we'll say echo welcome to DevOps. Echo today is, and I'll go with the date command. So this is my simple first function, which name is a good morning function. So I'm defining that function in the file, which is good morning. Or you can say take backup, another function. I can put here as a take backup. And I can give some useful information. Echo started backup of /etc directory as an example. And I'll put the dummy 10 seconds. And then I'll say echo end of backup /etc. So I'm putting the dummy functions here. Just so, but you can put your real backup script details in this lines. And then you will save and exit this file. You say save and exit. So you have written two functions. So one is a good morning function, and other is take backup functions. Okay, so let's go in real time and do that. CD scripts, our DevOps batch scripts. I'll say vi my functions. And there is no extension to this file. I'll not give any extension to this file. I'll open that and I'll paste whatever I have copied. Okay, let's go here. Okay. Okay, so I got the function here and I will go with that. I'm just doing the alignment, nothing more than that. Okay, now we have two functions in that. So what you will do, you have written down two functions in the my function file. Now you will load these functions into the memory. We'll say how to load functions into the memory. How to load these functions into the memory. So we'll say source and path, whatever path, and the function file name. So I'll say source. So it's example. I'll say source and then my functions. Now I'm not giving the path because I'm already in that directory. So I'll just say source my functions. But if it is in some different directory, you can give the path. Let's say source/temp my function files or whatever stuff. Okay, so let me source that. So I'll say source. I'll say my function. Ready, steady, go. So what will happen when you run this command? It will read the function file and will load the function into the memory. 1, 2, and 3. Good. So it has loaded in memory. Now let's go and check that. So what is our first function? Good morning. So let's go and see the good morning. Good morning. So you can now execute that function as a command. You can execute that function as a command. That is the advantage you will get. 1, 2, and 3. You see that? Welcome to DevOps. Today is something, blah, blah, blah. That is what we have written in the function. So it will execute the functions and that lines in between that functions. What it did? It executed the lines in between that. This is clear? Very simple. No rocket science. What is the second function? Take backup. So what it will do? It will echo me taking backup. It will wait for 10 seconds and it will end the stuff. Let it go. 1, 2, and 3. Started the backup. We'll wait for 10 seconds. And after that, it will give the message backup completed. Now, this is a dummy backup, but you see that it is working as expected. Pardon? Yes, why not? You can call some scripts, no problem. Absolutely. You can definitely, whatever command you want, you can write there. Okay? Whatever the commands you are writing in that function body, it will run. If you write the script in that, it will run the script. Of course, you have to give the complete path. Okay, now you say, Sunil, you are in this directory, that's why it is working, because you are in the function directory, my functions directory. No, it is not. You can be any directory now, because the functions are where? In the memory. So you can execute anywhere in the operating system. Let's go to the temp directory. If I say good morning, yes, it will run because it is in the memory. It is executing from memory, not from the disk. Is clear? So you can run the function from anywhere, no problem. You can run the functions from anywhere. Okay, now how to unload a function from memory? So you'll say unset and the function name. Okay, so how to unload? Then you'll say unset the function name. So we have written down one function, good morning, right? So let's unload it. So I'll say unset good morning. So it has removed from memory. Now I will run the same function. Ready, steady, go. Now what it says? Good morning, command not found. Because the function is now no longer available in memory. Clear? Now the question can come, hey, I want to unload all the functions from memory. Is there any command? So there is no such command available. You have to unload one function at a time from the memory. Yes. Every time you have to load the function in memory and then execute it. Yes. Once you reboot, it will go away. So you can automate that. In the profile file, do that. You can upload it very easily. No problem with that. Okay. But daily routine, you can write some functions. Let's say, for example, now in this directory, how many are the files and how many are the directories? So how we know that 3 directories one file? So yes, at the starting we have the D character here. You see the D starting with D, that is a directory, but starting with the dash, it's a normal file. I want to only see the directories. How I can see that? ls hyphen D. Yes, so ls hyphen ld like this. I want to only see the directories. How I want to see that? If I say ls-la, I can see that there are a lot of hidden directories also, but I'm not interested in hidden directories. I'm just interested in to see the directories, 3 directories. I don't want to see the file. What I will do that? How I can do that? So you have to use the combination of commands. What are the combinations you can use? Single command may not be help you. Yes, you can go with the grep. I say ls-l pipe grep, and I will go with the pattern like say dr something something. I see that. Yes or no? Now suppose I created that. Okay, so there is one question I believe. ls-d will work, Sumant? No, so ls-ld will not work. ls-ld will not work. ls-only d will not work. You have to use the combination of commands there. It is not straightforward. Okay, so you can go and you can say grep, but if I say just d, what will happen? So which D is matching? DevOps D is matching. This D is matching. Dummy D is matching. This D are matching. And D, here is a D, here is a D, here is a D. But we want to match which D? Only the first D. Only the first D. So I have the option in the grep. I can say a caret symbol. What that caret symbol represent? Match only the first D. Okay, let's say 1, 2, and 3. You see that? Which D is matching? First D. And the color can say that only the first D is matching. You can easily understand which D is matching. If I remove this caret symbol, you can see the color D position at different areas. But if I go with the caret, now I will use this method and I will define one function. Simple, right? So I'll open my function file, my functions. Here go, and I'll write the command here. Okay, show dir. I'll create one more command, show directory. So I'll say ls-l pipe grep and caret d. That's all. So now I don't have to all the ls-l pipe grep all the time. I will just say show dir. It will show me the directory. So like this, you can create a shortcuts for you to enhance your capability or capabilities with the operating system. So you can save your typing strokes. In long run, it will help you get a lot of good things there. Let's see that. Let's see in the effect. Okay. And I'll save and exit. I'll say source, my functions. And now that new function is also available. What is that? Show dir, right? Here say, do we have any directory here? No directory here. So let's go and create a directory, mkdir sample. Now we have the sample directory. Yes, I have the sample directory. Now let's go and see show dir. Yes, I'm able to see the sample. This is clear? Now you can run in any directory. Go to the temp again, and I will say show dir. It will show me the 3 directories. Great. If I go to the root, if I say show dir, it will show me all the directories. Good. So now you have created a shortcut, so it can easily remember, and you can easily use with that. So this is what is the real use of the function. Okay, so I'll remove the sample directory just to create the show you the sample there. Right? So like this, you can write any command in that function. You can work with that, and you can do that. So any question, any doubt at this moment? Right? So you can write it down, my functions, if you have not written down. So it's very simple. Show directory. In the brackets, you'll say ls-l pipe grep and the caret d. So it will catch only the first D character of the file. And we have created a nice shortcut for that. Show directly. Good. Okay, now how I can use these functions in the script? Okay, so if I say good morning here on the command line is running, yes. Now let's use this in the shell scripting. So I'll say vi template run function .sh. I'll create one script with a name called as run function dot because I want to demonstrate that how you run the function through the script. There is little difference is there from the command line. Command line, you can directly type good morning and you got it. Okay, let's go here. So I'll say to learn functions with scripts. Okay, now you want to go with the functions. So I'll say good morning. Now, when you define a variable outside, the variable is available inside. Yes or no? Yes or no? So if I say, let's say example, if I say, if I go and if I say export my company is equal to Infosys, and if I say vi run function, did I create it? Not. What happened? Oh, I have not copied that. Okay, copy template run function dot sh. Not a vi, but copy. Vi run function. Okay, now template got stood up, but it's okay. Okay, so I am going with the file. I'll say echo and I'll say my company. So do you think that this variable is available here? If I run that chmod plus x run function, so is it available? It will show me the company name. Yes or no? We have learned in shell scripting what? When you define a variable outside, it is available also inside that. That's why we are able to get that. But now let's go with the function. So I'll say good morning. So outside the function is available. Let's go and see that. Good morning. Function available. Now let's go and run the script. What it says. Good morning, command not found. That means if the function is defined in the memory, it will not be directly available in the script. So you have to use some different technique to get that function inside the script. So what is the technique? Very simple. What you do? You'll say, hey, I have function file. I'll say dot and then my function. That's all. What do you have to say? You have to say dot space my functions. So not able to see that. What I'm saying here is a dot. I'm putting a dot here. Dot space my functions. So that is how you will bring the functions inside the script. Or you can use source, but this is more efficient way. And in the real time, you will use that. Now, if it is stored in some different path, you have to give the path also along the path. Ready, steady, go. Shall we run the function again? 1, 2, and 3. Good morning. Yes. The function is now available inside the script. So what it did, you ran the script, you load the functions into the memory inside the script. Then when you try to access, it knows that where it is, then it will got ran. And when it came out, what happens? It will destroy the functions which are in the memory. It will bring back the functions again to the normal position. It is like a variable, right? So this is clear? So this is how you will work with the functions. Any questions, any doubt at this moment? Anything that you want to talk, discuss? So that is very easy to get the functions. So you can define the function. Sorry, it's a my function. My function. Yes. So we are going with all these functions available there, right? And you are bringing those functions into the script. Run function.sh. You can write all the functions, no problem. Or you can get the chosen one. You can get only 1, 4, 5, or whatever you want. Any question, any doubt at this moment? So functions are very simple and very powerful. So you can write the functions and then you can load in the memory and run that function anywhere in the operating system. Okay. So that's brings us to the end of the topic of the shell scripting. Okay. So in the shell scripting, let's recap that what we learned so far. So we learned like basics of the shell scripting. That is how to start, how to stop, and what are the permissions needed, what are the 3 different methods. Then we talked about variables. What are the different kind of variables you have? Normal variables, system variables, user defined variable, shell variable, and so on. Then we talked about the if statement, and under that we talked about 4 tests. Which test? So we have gone with the different tests. First is the file test. Then we talked about string. Then we talked about number test. Then we talked about. Then we took the real-time example of creating the user. Then we talked about the loops, for loop, while loop, and until loop. Did we talk about case statement? Okay, so we'll cover that, then we'll stop here. Until loop, okay, and then we talked about functions. So that's why recap is very, very important. So if you miss anything, we can cover it back. Okay, so a lot of things we have covered. These are essential things. I will not say, but it's a must thing. To understand shell scripting, these are the basics you need to good with. So now you can read any kind of script. You can write any kind of script. There is more than that, but this is a very good understanding when you start with your shell scripting. So let's go and start with the case statement. So final thing, we'll work with the case statement. So basically, what is a case statement? Let's go here. I'll exit out. Now, case statement is like a similarly with the if. Okay. It is near to similar. I will not say exact. It is near similar to. Okay, so let's go with the syntax first. So I'll say case, then variable name in, and then you will go with the choices. So I say choice 1, Okay, and then you will have the body of the choice, and then you will say end. End is like you will have to go with the double semicolon. That is how you will end with that. Okay, here we go. Give me a second. So then you can write it. Let me formalize it first, and then we'll go with that. So I'll say star here. So this body, when if it is matching the choice 1, it will go here. If it is matches the choice 2, it will go with this body. If it is a matches with the choice 3, it will go with the 3. And if it is not matching with anybody, it will go with that. Body of no choice. Match. So if nothing is matching, it will go with the last, which is a star. Star is like a catch-all. That means whatever is there, go with the part. And the last thing, you need to go with the ESAC. It's the exact reverse of CASE. Like you have if and FI. Similarly, you'll go with that. Okay. So let's take an example here. Let's say you are working with the multiple operating system. You are working with multiple operating system, and depending upon the operating system, you have to run the command. Now, depend on the OS, you have to run the command. Let's take an example. So I'll save this. I'll go to the scripts. DevOps batch script. I'll say copy template. We have screwed up. So let's fix the template first. I'll remove the template. And how to get back the template? Check out. We learn in the Git that how to recover the file from the Git. So I'll say copy template to the case test.sh. We'll say case test.sh, and I will go with that. I'll say to learn case statement. Okay. Now we will pass on as an argument as a OS name. So I'll say OS name is equal to $1. I'll take that as an argument. Okay. And I will compare with that. I'll say case with the OS name if it is matching with in the list. Let's say first OS you want to go with RHEL. So I'll say RHEL OS. We'll say echo. You have selected $OS name, and what do you want to do? Echo use yum command. I'm just giving the message here, but in real time you can put some commands there, no problem. So this is the first level. Don't write first, put the focus, and then definitely we will have a chance to write. Okay, so I will go and I'll put that. I'll say Ubuntu. Now in Ubuntu, which command you will use? Instead of yum, you'll say apt-get. Okay, very good. If you are using Solaris, then which command you will use? If you have Solaris, which command you will use? You will use the package command. And lastly, if the OS is unknown, what you will say? Again, you will say the same thing. So you have selected, and I'll lastly say unknown OS. is try again. And I'll end that with the ESAC. Thank you. Okay. So I'll go with the ESAC. Done. So we are done with the ESAC. Now what happens? When we pass some name of the OS, it will match the particular and will execute that block till the double semicolon. Till the double semicolon. Let's go and see that. So I will say chmod plus x case test. Ready, steady, go. So I'll say case test.sh. Which OS you want to go? Ubuntu. What it says? You have selected Ubuntu. Use the apt-get command. Any other OS? Solaris? Go with that. Hey, use the package command. Any other OS? CentOS. What it says? Because we have not listed that in our list. This clear? Whatever is matching, it will execute the block of that particular. Now it makes very, very simple. It's like using string test with the multiple if. Okay. So please write down this example. So once you understand, it's very, very simple. Now to match the word with the choices. Right? So you have to understand that choice are matching with the whatever the OS name we have defined. And last is catching all, which is not matching with the RHEL, Ubuntu or Solaris. It will fall into the rest of the category. That is the last category, star. Star means match with everything. Okay. Any question, any doubt at this moment? So this is very easy. If you get the glimpse, if you get the understanding, it's very easy. Okay. Now this comparison of the string is case sensitive. Okay, so let's go and see that. Done writing? I still see someone is writing. Okay. Yes. So I said that. Now it's a case sensitive. Let's go and see. Instead of now you should say RHEL, it says yum. But if I say that with the RHEL, let's see that. You have selected unknown OS because it's a case sensitive matching. You have to be very, very careful when you are going with that. If it is not matching with the case, say, sorry, I don't know what you are saying, and it will give the different result, which you may not be expect. For me, RHEL small and RHEL capital is the same because it's a Red Hat Enterprise Linux. But for computer, it makes the difference. It says, hey, capital is different, small is different because Linux is a case-sensitive operating. Is it clear? Oh. So with the homework, create case test.sh to if-elif statement. So you need to convert this case test.sh to if-elif style. Convert that into if statement script. Then you'll understand really, oh, okay, what is the difference, how it will work, and so on. Okay. So that ends to our shell scripting section. So we have covered so far Linux basics. We have covered so far Git. We have covered so far the shell scripting. Now let's go to the next topic. And the topic is called as a LAMP. What is that LAMP? LAMP is nothing but Linux, Apache, MySQL, and PHP. What is that LAMP? So Linux, Apache, MySQL, and PHP. So let's start with Apache. You know already Linux. What is Linux and this and that. So let's start with Apache. What is Apache? It is a web server. Okay. So what is a web server? So you can, it is a physical or virtual machine which may have more than one website. So it can be a physical machine, it can be a virtual machine, and which may have more than one website. Now, what is a website? Anybody has any idea what is a website? So what is a website? Very simple. Website, it is, okay, what is that? It is collection of web pages. Simple. Right? What is a website? It has hundreds of pages. Simple. But what is a web page? You want to go with the deep down, right? You want to step by step. So what is the web page? So what is the web page? A page is written in .html language. What is that HTML? Hypertext markup language. Now all your website web pages will be written in this language, hypertext markup language. Now what is that? This is called as a language of tags. What is that? Tags means, what is the tags? Tag means keywords. So that language has some keywords. What is the tags? It's like a keyword. These are some predefined keywords. What is the tags? Tags are predefined keywords. Let's say an example of that. So I will close that. I will open another directory. Now in our project, we'll create a website, right? We have the website. Oh, we have the good pages. Vi index.html. Now this, what is that? .html, this HTML, body, title, header, these are all tags. These are all tags. So there is some question. Okay, so these are all tags there. And that's why we called this is the language of tags. So these are predefined keywords. And these are universally standard. So the meaning of title will remain title. The meaning of H2 is a header 2, style 2, body is a body, and so on. Okay, so you'll have all those things available with that. So this is the tags. These are the tags. Okay. Now, what is static page and dynamic page? Now we understood what is a page, right? It is written in HTML language. What is the static page and dynamic page? What is that? The static page, the information will not change with respect to time. What is the static page? The information will not change with respect to time. With respect to time. And what is the dynamic page? The information will change with respect to time. Very simple. So can we have example of static page and dynamic page? Any in your mind? Let's say example, your date of birth is it static or dynamic? It should be dynamic, right? right? But what is your age? Is it static or dynamic? We see that your date of birth is a static, but your age is a dynamic. Similarly, when you go to the website, if the information is same, day today also same, tomorrow also same, it is a static. But if you go with the weather report site, every day weather is changing and the information is changing. So that is called as dynamic. This clear? Very simple, static and dynamic. Okay, what is the difference between web server and application server? This can be an interview question. Hey, what is the web server? Okay, can anybody help me to understand or any idea that you have with web services is host to website? Okay, but what is website? We understood that. Huh? But what is the difference? See, I'm asking the difference. So that's where this is the interview question. So when we go with that, we need to be able to go with that. Okay, so let's go and talk with the web server and app server. Basically, web server will always have the static information, static pages. And application server will always go with the dynamic information. Always. Web server will have no business logic. App server will always have business logic. Now, example. So this is the Indian Railway site. And this is the railway reservation booking site. So there are two different websites. One is a government website and one is a non-government website. One is a non-government website. In the indianrail.gov.in, there is no business logic. It's only static pages. Which train, what, this, that. Only static information. But IRCTC, you know that. Today you book the train. Tomorrow, if you go for the same train, the information may got changed. Another example is the banking application is the good example for application server. And what is said? It focus, no focus or less focus on specific task. Here is a focus on specific task. Now IRCTC, what is the focus of that? Only booking the tickets and selling the tickets. Right? It is going for the banking? No. Right? So focus is clear. What? Only railway ticket booking or whatever ticket bookings are there. Target is fixed. Logic is fixed. Area is fixed. And you have money transactions. That's why there is a business logic. Banking application. Suppose your friend want to transfer you some money. When he go to the form, he says, hey, do NEFT, blah, blah, blah. But there is no balance. Is the transfer is going to happen? No, because it's a business logic. It will check that, hey, your friend is having sufficient balance, yes or no? If no balance, no transfer. Simple. So that is a business logic it has. Okay. And in real time, how will you use? You will use the both combination of web server plus app server. It's a combination. It's not single, but always they will use the combination. So if I want to serve the static pages, the request automatically goes to the web server. If there is some business things need to be done, it will go to the application server automatically. You'll not figure it out. You'll not even understand that there is a diversion of the request happens in the back end. Automatically, one will go to the static, one will go to the. It's clear? Let's say example of gaming application. When you start, first you download the game and it will start working, right? So what is the static information? Images, background scenes, animation, everything is standard. It's a static. Your score, your health, your points, all these things is dynamic. So the score or health or points, the number of bullets or whatever you have, that assets, it will go automatically to the app server. But when you want to go to the static images, it will go to the web server. So that is a clear-cut demarcation there. Okay, so application will go on the different side and static will go on different side. Of course, your request will go in one direction. You don't know that in the background it has happened two-way distinguished things. This is clear? Okay, good. Now technologies. What technologies we can use to create web server or application server? So we will go with the two technologies, mainly non-Java and one is the Java. So what are the web servers available with the non-Java thing? So non-Java thing we are talking about. So we'll say Apache or HTTPD or Nginx. These are the static web servers. But if you want to go with the Java, there are a lot of options. Tomcat, JBoss, WebSphere, WebLogic, and so on. You have a lot of choices there. Which language? PHP, Python, Perl, Ruby, and so on. Okay, and in the Java base, only language is Java. The language is Java. Now there is joke around with that versions of Java or flavors of Java. I'm not sure you are knowing with the flavors of Java there, right? What are the different flavors of Java? It's just a joke. It's not a serious thing, but just a joke. What are the different versions? Mer Java, Mid Java, Lut Java. So all are the version of Java. Right? So you'll go with that version. Okay. Okay. Fine. Okay. So only one language, Java. Now example. What is a good example of non-Java based things? So Facebook is entirely written in non-Java thing. Right? You'll have the Java. And any good example? Banking website. You can have a lot of examples with that part. So this is clear? So you can use any technology to create any kind of thing. Either you can go with the web server, or you can go with the. So you need to understand that. What is the app server? So basically, the Facebook is a web or is an app. It's an app. It's not a web. Why? Because its focus is very clear. Is it selling tickets? It is doing banking transactions. So it is what is social media, sharing the content. That's all. So focus is clear. Focus is clear. Saying that sharing the content. And it is an app. Its focus is very clear. But still it's dynamic. Why it's dynamic? Because if your friend upload the new photos or new something, it is available to you. And daily the pages are changing. Dynamic, right? Good. But it's still a non-Java. Still it's a. So you can create application server with non-Java. You can create web server using non-Java. Vice versa. Both are okay with that. So this clear? Any doubt? Anything that you want to bring it up? So that is what we are able to go. Now there is another third layer which is called as a Windows, which we have not discussed here. But Windows has its own web server. What is that web server? It is called as IIS web server. Okay, and what language it will use? .NET. It will go with the. Okay. Okay. So with that, we understood a little bit as a background of what is a web server and this and that. Now what we will do? We will go with the Apache as our web server. Apache. It is called as a HTTPD also, or a web server also. Somebody will call as a web server, somebody will call as a HTTPD, some may call it as Apache. Both are, or all of them are the same. So don't get confused between Apache and HTTPD. Both are the same. Okay. Now to install this, let's go with the technical information. Package. What package you'll install? You will install the package HTTPD and mod SSL. These two packages you will install. Then port number. So there is a port number 80 and 443. Then you will go with the server root. Basically, this is the directory. You will go with the /etc httpd. Then we'll say document root. You will say /etc httpd/conf/httpd.conf. Oh, sorry. So it's a var www.html. Before that, yes. So here all your web pages are stored. Then you have then you have the configuration file /etc httpd/conf/httpd.conf. Additional configuration files are stored under this directory /etc httpd/conf.d. This is the directory. This is the file. This is the directory. This is the directory. So you should know that what is the directory, what is a file. That will be easy to identify. Okay. So additional configuration files are stored in this particular directory. So where is the log files? So it is in the /var log http. In this directory. Okay, so these are some technical details of the web server. Now you need to by heart this because all are these interview questions. Hey, what is the document root? What is where are the log files and so on. Okay, so how will you install that? You'll say yum. So I'll say commands. So what you will do yum -y install dpds mod. So you have to install 2 packages. We'll go with that. How to start the service? Service httpd start. If you go with the 7 version, say systemctl start httpd.service. Then you said enable. You say check config httpd on. So this is the 6.x version. This is the 7.x version. So you will say systemctl enable http service. Okay, and then how to check the service is running? You will say service httpd status systemctl status httpd service -ef. Check with that. You say netstat -ntpl rep p ntpl rep p. How to check a configuration file? You say service httpd config stat test, or you can say httpd-t. You will say systemctl config test, or you can say httpd-. Did I have written? Yes. Now you have to by heart each and every command because all commands are important with respect to your web server. It means you should have the good understanding of these commands. Okay, clear with that? Now, what are the prerequisites? Prerequisites are stop the firewall and stop SE Linux, or stop SE Linux. So how to stop a firewall? We'll say service IP tables stop, and we'll say check config IP tables off. This is for the 6th version. 7 version, systemctl firewall B stop firewall B, and systemctl disable fire and how to stop SE Linux? vi/etc SE Linux config. How to change SE Linux is equal to permissive mode. Save and exit. And lastly, we'll say set enforce 0. Both are same, so of course for all these commands you need a sudo access. Without sudo access you will not able to run any of the command there properly. Okay, so we have to first go with the prerequisites and we check that everything is as expected. Ready, steady, go. All these commands, all these things are very important as far as your web service is concerned. So on your left hand side it is for 6.x version, on the right hand side it is a 7.x version. Okay. So that you need to remember. So whatever the command you have given, this is for 6 version, this is for 7 version of CentOS. Okay, done writing? Shall we go? Okay, so let's go one by one. First, we will go with the prerequisites. What is the prerequisite? Stop the firewall. Now, which operating system we are using? How we know that? Or how to check that? How to check that? What is my version? Pardon? Loudly, loudly. How to check what is OS? Cat, etc, Red Hat. Yes. So which version we are using? 7.2, 7.x. Okay. So we'll all execute all the commands with the 7.x. So first, what is you have to check? The firewall, right? I'll say sudo systemctl stop firewall D. Now here we go. So it says that failed to stop firewall because it is not loaded. It's good. I'll say sudo systemctl disable firewall D. Okay, unknown option. The spelling is a mistake. D-I-S-A-B-L-E. Okay. Now it has disabled. So even after that file will not start because we have disabled it. So disabling is option used, enable or disable is option used when you want to start or stop the service after reboot also. Okay. Now what is the next step? So let's go and check that sudo vi /etc se linux config. So Linux is equal to, if you are there, in good shape. You are in the, and what is the last command? Set enforce. Good. Now what is 0? 0 means go into permissive mode. If I say get enforce, what is that? So it is showing that currently you are in the permissive mode. But by default, normally when you go with the CentOS, you always be in the non-permissive mode. That is the enforcing mode. Which mode you are by default? Enforcement. But you don't want enforcing mode, you will come down to the permissive mode. Okay. Now prerequisite done. Now what we need to do? Install the package. So we'll check the package is available or not. httpd. So we don't have that package. We'll check with the mod SSL. No package is available. So let's go and install it. So what is the command? yaml install httpd and mod. Two packages we are installing. One is for port 80 and other is for port 443. Okay, it is going to the internet. Okay, so while it's installing, let's go and talk about something. Okay, let's go with that. We'll take one at a time. That way it will help. So let it install. Once it installed, what we'll do? We will start it. And then we will visit to our website. Okay, let's go and see that. So it is updating the, no problem. Oh, speed is going down, 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 down. Okay, you see that total packages of 4.8 is getting downloaded with all the dependencies. ARP, HTTP2s, OpenSSL, Mailcap, blah, blah, blah stuff. So it is downloading all the necessary dependencies. So we today have a good speed with the internet. Yes, so it is downloading. Good. So what we have now? Our installation of web server packages. Now what we need to do next step? Start it. So I'll say service. Oh, sorry, we have 7, right? Systemctl start HTTPD service. Ready, steady, go. Yes. It started. Now, how to check if it started or not? So I'll say sudo systemctl status http.service. That is one way of testing. What it says? Active and running. So let's stop it and see that. Oh, not stop. Oh, stop. It stopped the service. Now let's go and see the status. Ready, steady, go. What it says? Correct. It is now inactive, right? Or dead. So when it is not running, you should see this. This is clear? Let's go and start again. Okay, we will check. What is the another command? ps-ef pipe grep. You see something there? No. It shows grep. It's showing the color and so on. So it is not showing anything. What is the port number? Do you see something? You're not able to see anything because the service is stopped. Now let's start it and see and run these two command again. So we should understand both the ways. If it is working, what we should see. If it is not working, what we should see. Is clear? So that way troubleshooting will be really easy. Oh, okay, I know that it started or not started. So let's start it. So it started. Okay. Now let's go with the ps-ef pipe grep. What do you see now? So many HTTP services are running. That means it is running. That means it is working. Clear? Good. Now what? Another netsat grep port number. You see that? It is saying port number 80, and what is that it is showing? So by default, which port it is going? You can change the port anytime, no problem. We will see that how to change that. But at this moment, what is the default port? On the browser, then go to the browser. What is our server IP? Okay, 192.10.9, right? Ready, steady, go. Wow, what you are able to see that. So this is called as a testing page. That means your web server is installed correctly. But what it says, this is not still configured. If you are an administrator, you have to go in this directory and set up the index pages. So what is that directory name? var www html. What is that directory name? /var/www/html. Let's go and see what is there inside that. cd var www/html. What is inside that? Nothing is there. It's empty, blank. Now we will create one page there. Which is your first page? So index.html will always be your first page. So we will create that. Or we already created that page in our Git repository. We'll copy that page here. So let's go and see that. DevOps batch websites. I have that index.html, right? Yes, we have the index.html. And I'll copy that. I'll say, hey, copy the index.html from there to here. So if I now, I got it, index.html. I copied the page from that location to this location. Now if I say cat index.html, what do you see? HTML title, we have discount of 50%, contact, blah, blah, blah. Now let's go to the browser. Shall I refresh? Ready, steady, go. What do you see? So whatever there you have mentioned in index.html, exactly you'll see here. Did I mention index.html here somewhere? No. So if you didn't mention anything, automatically it will go to the index page. Automatically. You don't have to tell web browser or web server. They will understand, oh, he didn't ask anything. But if you ask for specific thing, it will definitely go. Is clear? Okay, now what? We gone with the UI browser, user interface browser. But there are also some text-based browsers. And in real time for testing, you may have to use that. So what are the UI browsers? A text-based browser. Let's write it down. So let's go back. Go with the lamp. Okay. What are text-based browsers available in Linux? So you have LYNX, you will have elinks, and so on. And how will you run? You will say elinks and http://192.168.0.9. So you should get the web page. But this is the command line tool, okay? This is all command line tool. So ready, steady, go. So let's go with that. Okay, let's go and have the e-link written down. Okay, so I'll install, I'll just check with the e-links. http://192.168.0.9. Now what it says? What is that meaning? So either I have typed the wrong command or the command is not installed. So we have to install that. So sudo yum-y install e-links. Ready, steady, go. So very small application, 3.2 MB application. Okay, so we are ready to go with that. Ready, steady, go. So e-links has been installed. Let's go and run the page. Ready, steady, go. So it says welcome to e-links and blah 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 stuff. Okay, you see that now we got a beautiful page. We have a discount of 50% here. Contact blah, blah. So whatever you are able to see here, exactly you see here. Even it is a text-based browser. Now you can visit any website. I said Q and Y. Q and Y for quit and exit. Again, I will go. Which site do you want to go? Yahoo? No problem. You will go with the Yahoo. Okay, good. So home, mail, news, cricket, blah, 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 blah. You want to go to the Gmail? You see that? Enter your email account, blah, 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 sign in to continue with Gmail, blah, blah. So all the things, whatever you get on the text or the GUI, you will get on the text. So you can also access, but you will not see the photos or pictures or something. But you will get the text. This clear? So this is all what we have at this moment with the web server. So in our tomorrow's session, we will go more deep down into the LAMP or the web server, and then we'll explore a lot of things, different things in the web server. So I'll request go and install it, practice it. Tomorrow we'll come back with more details on the web server. Okay. And by the way, tomorrow we'll start a little bit late at 9:30 we will start. Okay. I don't want to wait outside. So we'll start at 9:30 and then from there we'll continue. Okay. So thank you. Thanks for all your time. See you tomorrow with more details.